In about 2 years, I've turned 40. I'm getting old, becoming an old man. And once you get old, like me, you know, it's just a lot of stuff in this lifetime that you would just have zero tolerance for. Um, Especially when you get old like me. See? I told you. I look younger than I look. But I'm getting old. I'm getting old, and you just don't have the patience and the time for the foolishness that is happening in the world that we live in today. When you get to be my age, you get to be too old. Get too old. I don't get it. I know I had a. I don't get it. Give me a second, guys. I need to look at something right quick. Because I know I had. Maybe I sent it. I think I sent it to this person. Let me go ahead and get that. Okay. That's not the one that is not the one that I had. Okay, so we're gonna download that, and I'm gonna download that. I'm actually gonna do another one. What's up, OG? What's going on, Danielle Barris? Happy happy Saturday to you guys. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are feeling well. Hope your families are doing well. I'm 30, bro. Looks younger than me. Well, I take better care of myself. I eat fruits, vegetables, drink plenty of water and juice. You know, I do a lot of walking, you know. Well, Bobby, she right. When you get to be 52 years old, you get too old. And as you get older, you start noticing that you don't eat as much as you used to. At least that's what happened to me. Anything I eat, it shoots down really quick, and then I always have to go to the bathroom, and then I'm coming back. When it comes to spicy foods, just like me and OG was talking about that Alaska Tires place that I was working at, because I was desperate for money just to get my rent paid so that I don't get thrown out on the streets. I'm not, Bobby, I promise. And I was struggling trying to put the tire on the wheel on the and I can't even get the word out. I was struggling to try to put the tire replace the tires on the car, right? I was just was pushing that, I was kneeing it up. I was like, ah. And I was like, hey, Dre. Hey, man. I don't know how y'all put these wheels on the car like this, but is there any y'all have a machine or something that can pick these up? Cause I don't think I can do it. I can't be. This man picked up the wheel and he was flipping it around. He was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm just like, yeah. Did you use cigarette? Oh no, I'd never smoked. Never smoked in my life. Hey, keeper speed. What's up? Yeah, I was just like, hey, bro, man, come on over here. I need to holler at you for a minute. Hey, man, so I don't mind putting the wheels, exchanging the wheels, but you see, with these big trucks coming in with 22 plus inch rims, okay, you got these monster trucks. They got about the same. Probably, I'm assuming that the 18 wheeler trucks are, wheels are probably just as twice as heavier than 22-inch rims. I turned in my vest. I said, "Hey, boss man, look, I can't do it." And they started mumbling, "Well, I guess he just don't want to work." I said, "It ain't that I don't want to work. I couldn't even survive the first day of the shift." They talking about 3, 4 weeks. I can't even survive the first day of the shift. I said, I can't do it. By the time I was done, when I was relaxing, my whole body was sore that day. My whole body was sore that day. This was sore, that was sore, my kneecaps were sore, everything was sore. I was like, I'm not doing this no more. This is the last time I'm doing this. This is the last time. The last time. I mean, I just don't have the strength. I don't have the willpower to do that. And it was fast paced too. Can't do it. Yeah, but you're a man. And then as I was getting my stuff, the guy came in and he was like, when I was your age, I used to work in a car dealer shop just like this. And I said, hey, my hat goes off to you. But right now, not every guy is built for that. Not every guy is built for that. Not every guy is built for that. Now, if I was Superman or Dragon, one of them Dragon Ball Z warriors that could pick up stuff with one hand, or Android 16, 17, whatever, maybe the outcome would have been different. And plus, the people there wasn't training me. They were just yo-yoing me all over around as they were going, and it wasn't really helping me. Their way of training me wasn't really helping me at all. It's like they don't know how to train nobody. They just get you out there in the wolves, then you with one person, you helping them, then next thing you know, they vanish. Then you got another person, coming in at the last minute teaching you this and that and showing you how to. It's just too much. Too much. I'm not going to be breaking my back down. I don't worked in a factory job for a total of 5 years with Mercedes, which is Lear Corporation, and I worked for Amazon Fulfillment Center. If you add them 2 years up, that's 5 years. Because I worked at Amazon for 2 years. I worked at Mercedes third party company for 3 years. And I'm going to tell you that doing that brought me flashbacks. All right. Let me see. So I'm going to do a sound test. So I want you guys to let me know if you can hear. All right. Hello, guys. This is Chaos here. So this is audio. Can you guys hear that? Let me know in the chat. If you guys can hear that, let me know in the chat. If you guys can, if you guys hear it in the chat, let me know. Because because the reason I'm trying to do a sound test, because I have people that are telling me that um because I have people that are telling me that they can't hear the sound. So I'm trying to make sure if you can hear the sound on my horizontal live stream. I won't be on for too long, but I need to know if you guys are still there. Let me know if you guys can hear. Anybody there? Bobby? Anybody? Okay. Just wanted to test to make sure. And I will be doing a content on her. So y'all can hear that perfectly fine. And I want to make sure before I go in. So, because I'm going to go in tonight. I wanted to do this at the mall, but, you know, because then I'll say what I really want to say. But, bro, it's for you. All right, man. Take care of yourself, man. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the love and support. Hey, Keeper Speed, what's going on? I'm doing a live stream on the horizontal live stream. There's two live streams on my channel going. The one with the red dot is the one for the horizontal live stream. So if you want to tune in to that, you know, join in the chat, you can. All right. So let's get to the fuckery. And I'm going to turn this light off too. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit this. I don't really like this. I don't like this. But I'm gonna do this. The light. All right. Now, let's get to the fuckery. Her name is Kathy, and she is a landlord that I deal with. That is part of my stress, along with dealing with the stress of my job, dealing with the stress of moving from another country, getting kicked out of my uncle's house, and now I got to deal with this. So here's the thing. I'm going to go into her house. I got to give her the rent money. And because I had to pay my rent for this month. Well, half of it anyway, because I just started my new job this month. And wow, will you look at that? She ain't here. Or she might have other roommates that are probably using her truck.
So you're not just on the registry?
Oh, no. I work at the delis.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a little better. She did an Instacart, and she was timed.
Give me a second. This is not the one that I recorded her on. Alright, hello guys, this is Chaos here. So, this is audio, and I will be doing a content on her. Her name is Kathy, and she is a landlord. Okay, that's not the one that I did. That's not the one that I sent. So something is not right. Alright, guys. No, I haven't started Pokemon yet. I haven't started it yet. Okay. Okay, this is the one I need. The hell is going on? Alright. Alright, guys. So I ended up with the wrong one. No, I haven't started Pokemon yet. I mean, if you want me to play Pokemon, we can play it together. Alright, let me see. Rename. Um, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna open with Media Player, and I'm gonna close this one down, and I am going to go to Properties, do this again with QuickTime. Okay, so now we got the right one, and here we go. Alright, here we go. Now, now we got the right one, but before we get into that, I gotta go to the restroom right quick. I'll be back after these important messages. Now, I'm back. Now, I'm going to let you guys know. This lady is in her 50s, okay? She is old enough to be my grandmother. The only difference is she's acting like a child. And elderly people in 2026, not all of them, but there are some of them, majority of them, from what I'm seeing, they don't have any common sense whatsoever. Not like the elders that I had to deal with back in my time, back in the 90s. 1988 is where I was born. Elderly people act like they had some common sense. But in the year of 2026, you have elderly people that act childish and they act like they're 18 years younger when they know, even though they're not. And they make it all about themselves. Wait a minute. Is it off? Hold on. Is it off for good? Okay. Okay, hold on for a second, guys. I don't know. And I thank you guys for being patient with me. And I thank you guys for being patient with me. So here we go.
Hi, how are you, honey?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. My foot, my girlfriend came and she bought me a bunch of medicine for my foot. It's looking better.
That's good.
Well, it wasn't. I just put the stuff on that she said this man said was from God. God gave him the ingredients, and I put it on, and it took away all the itchiness. This might be from God. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's pretty good. She's Jewish, so she bought it.
Oh, I see.
You know, so I think people using God there. What are you doing up here? What are you looking for?
Oh, I was just gonna see if I had any mail.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
And I saw you.
Yeah,
Oh, you look better now.
I have my own room back there. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Chase's birthday is the 16th.
What are your plans for?
Well, I asked him, and he just says he wants a gun and a bunch of bullets. And he doesn't want anything else. So I'm just going to take him shopping.
Okay.
I said, tell you what, I'll take you to your favorite shirt, a couple pair of pants, some shoes. You've been wanting a clock. And a nice dinner somewhere and some cake and some cash. How's that? And he's like, that sounds nice, you know. And I got him a fake gun and fake bullets, you know.
Oh, well, I don't know if I'll ever see him, but
Yeah, I'll tell
I'll
him happy
probably.
birthday for him. Kind of
Alrighty.
right in that area. I guess you met the new gal.
Which one?
She said she went down there to talk to you.
Oh, her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came and talked to me, and
She's in college too online.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
okay.
getting ready. She already has her associates, but she's working on her bachelor's.
And here's my thing. I don't know what's wrong with this woman, but you ever notice how she's always telling me everything about every other roommate, what they're doing, or rather, they're going to school, or what they're doing with their lives. And that's not really for me to know because I don't care to know all this stuff, you know? And the thing is, it's like she's always in everybody's business. And I'm pretty sure that most of these roommates didn't just tell her all of that stuff so she can go and broadcast it to everybody else in the house. Let's get back to it.
Very smart, but she's getting ready to take a test, like we called them, you know,
SAT or
yeah,
ACT?
something like that.
Okay.
But she's studying right now. She's exhausted.
Yeah, studying is exhausting.
And then she started working out at the gym, so that added to it.
Oh, I see.
So she's out for the night, which I like. Otherwise, they stay up too late.
Oh,
Yeah. I like it when they get tired and go to bed.
yeah, it's always
I'm
like.
moving her downstairs though to a more affordable room. Oh, is that for you?
Yeah, it's got my name on it.
See, I don't really get the mail other people do.
Yeah, you don't get the mail, but other people do. Interesting. Because I overheard that she had another roommate's mail in her car. I just don't believe it. And the thing is a lot of stuff that she says, I take it with a grain of salt. Because since she lied about how I was the first person that paid her rent, and she told everybody to find out that she told everybody else the same thing. And I'm going to tell you, she's not what you think. Just like she talks about you, about everybody else, she'll talk about everybody else about you. That's just the kind of person she is. Oh, I see.
I gotta go over there and see if there's anything for me.
It might be. It's a lot of it.
I need that when I forget to check it, and then it's a bill that's I should have had it a mail weeks ago, then I gotta pay the late.
Always a bill you don't know about.
Oh, I hate
You
that.
gotta, yeah.
Then you gotta pay a $30, $40 late. But here's my thing. She got talking about all these bills that she got, right? But my thing is, hey OG, you were here that day. Remember when we listened to that other audio when she said that her husband was making $185,000 a year? And saying that you don't deserve a pretty woman, you have to be a millionaire. So, if her husband is making that much money, right? Why is he not in the house? Why is she not calling him up and asking him for some money? If you're all about making money, why don't you call him up and ask for money? If he's paying all the bills of this house, why is it that you sitting up here figuring out what bill you gotta pay? Because if you're saying that he pays all of the bills, that means he pays completely all of the bills and not just some of the bills, to the point where you don't have to pay anything. And I think she gets the misunderstanding the difference between a man paying all the bills and a man that's paying some of the bills and not all of the bills.
So she get those two kind of obscured. I am doing good, GSP. How you doing? Let's get back to the tapes.
And I'm like, I hardly had the $30, $40 just to pay it. Now it's another. It's like, how do you get ahead? I'm like laying back there, like, how do I get freaking ahead? I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm not really going anywhere. I'm not ordering DoorDash. You know, and I'm like, it's just one thing after another.
Well, my thing is this. She don't really need to order from DoorDash. I mean, restaurants is expensive. Even Chinese food here is expensive. What she should have been, and this is the reason why she's in the position that she's in the first place. She's wasting money on things that she don't need. And then she starts harassing me over the phone when it comes to needing money for certain things. That is a number one no that she shouldn't have done. Why would you eat takeout when you done bought a box of Honey Bunch of Oats? Should have bought 2 bags of rice. Should have bought stuff to eat. But you still wasting money eating out, door dashing. When you really don't have to do that, you got food in the house that you can cook, and she can cook. But what I don't understand is why would you be wasting money out to eat? As expensive as this economy is today, I don't get it. And she wonders why she's in the struggles that she's in. Okay, for some reason this is not working. So I'm gonna try and do. Oh crap! Hold on. I'm gonna try and do. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, this is ridiculous. Put this over to the side. I don't need that. So we're gonna try, and I guess we're gonna open it with the default. Okay. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. Try to get this done and delete this. Yeah, just move it to the trash. Okay. Alright. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit so we can hear it.
She's Jewish, so she bought it.
Oh, I see.
You know, so I think people use it. God, what are you doing up here? What are you looking for?
Oh, I was just gonna see if I had any mail.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But she's studying right now. She's exhausted.
Yeah, studying is exhausting.
And then she started working out at the gym. So that added to it.
Oh, I see.
So she's out for the night, which I like. Otherwise, they stay up too late.
Oh,
Yeah, I can
yeah.
like it when they get tired and go to bed.
Yeah, it's
When are
always
you
like.
moving her downstairs though to a more affordable room? Oh, is that for you?
Yeah, it's got my name on it.
See, I don't really get them out. Other people do them.
Oh, I see.
I gotta go over there and see if there's anything for me.
It might be. It's a
Mhm.
lot of it. It's a lot of. And this is the part where I opened up because I got a package from my college, and turns out the package that I got from it was my associate's degree. As you guys can see, this is my associate's degree, guys. And for those of you that haven't been able to watch the live stream, you guys, I will make sure that you guys can watch it on the replay. But um this is my college degree. My first college degree in a very long time. Sorry about that. So, you can't hear me? Huh. This is weird. Okay, maybe I need to put this up. What about now? Can you hear me? Okay, so we're having issues. Alright, so we're having issues with. Can you hear me now, Bobby? Okay. Bobby, can you hear me? Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut down the vertical live stream because I don't know what's going on. But if you guys can hear me on this one, okay, that's fine. I'll just shut this one down because not a lot of people are joining anyway. I got one subscriber out of that, so that's good. I don't know how many subscribers I got, but sorry about that. Alright. See if we got any messages here. And we don't. Alright. So you guys can hear me on that. I just closed down the other stream. So now it'll be just this stream. For some reason when I got two streams open, the audio works, but then at some point it just don't work for you guys. So I already done discontinued the vertical live stream. So all I got now is the horizontal. All right. Okay.
Yeah, when I forget to check it, and then it's a bill that's.
Can you also hear the audio as well? I just wanted to make sure before I go any further. Before I go any further. Okay. Oh, good now. Okay. All right.
I should have had it a couple weeks ago, then I gotta pay the late fee.
Always a bill you don't know about.
Can you hear that?
Oh, I
You
hate that.
gotta, yeah.
Then you
I
gotta
heard
pay
it
a $30, $40 late fee, and I'm like, I hardly had the $30, $40 just to pay it.
Can you hear that? The audio playing? Just want to make sure everything's working. Okay. All right. All right. Cool beans. All right. Let's get back to the goofiness.
Now it's another, it's like, how do you get ahead? I'm like laying back there, like, how do I get freaking ahead? I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm not really going anywhere. I'm not ordering DoorDash.
All
You
right.
know,
Appreciate
and
that, Adam.
it's just one thing after another. One to the doctor was close to $200.
Oh, this is my associate's degree.
Oh my God, you gotta get a frame. Let me see.
Yeah. Got it the way they.
I really don't need a frame, to be honest, because I'm not planning on staying here long. I'm just here to save up as much money as I can so I can get out of here because the longer, it seems like the longer I stay here, the worse things get. And it's like the landlord is not doing anything about her situation. She is complacent and she sticks to one source of income. She doesn't want to do anything else. And that's just not really a habit that you should be you should have, you know. But all the same, she's refusing to put any effort to do anything that's going to help her. But I digress.
Placed it was kind of different.
Oh man, I don't want to wreck it.
No, it's
Let's
okay.
get a frame. No, get a frame. Get a beautiful frame. Congratulations. You should be proud. You should take a picture of that, send that to your mama.
And I'm gonna tell you, my uncle, my uncle kicked me out on the streets, and I've been stuck here in the state of Alaska for quite some time. However, I'm using this advantage to make as much money as I can here so I can leave. But my mother spent so much money. She brought me to Africa just to see what she built, and she married some goofball that wanted to. I told him some things, and he blurted out to her, and now he's using it against her, and now she done went and got another dude from Jamaica, and it's just a whole big mess with her. She got me all the way there, knew about my uncle, knew, oh, that's what's up, Adam, knew about my uncle and the way he is, knew because she told me that she used to live with them. But then she brings me all the way over there to live with them to put me in the same situation that she was going through, letting history repeat itself. And it don't make any sense. So I started to reflect. Oh, you're in Juneau. Okay. I'm in Anchorage. Juneau is pretty far away from here. I I think a lot of people take flights going up there. But I'm not flights, but cruise ships up there because I used to work for the cruise ship terminal. People get on Princess, Vikings, stuff like that. But anyway, I came to realize that she too was in on it. She spent so much money to get me up here, just to abandon me up here. And so with that, I ended up cutting all of them out of my life because they were not supportive. They were not, they just left me to fend for myself. After I was homeless for 6 years in a in my home state, only for her to bring me all the way back, all the way to a whole nother state that I don't even know, with around people that I don't even know, just to go through more stuff. It's ridiculous. So I cut them out because they're not the kind of family that willing to support people. You know, my mother doesn't talk to me anymore. You know, she don't reach out. I have a biological father. He doesn't reach out no more. He doesn't care. Nobody was going to tell me that my grandmother passed away last year. And here I'm in somebody else's house dealing with a landlord that's trying to is trying to she's power aggressing, putting power pressure on people because she's not getting however much money that I don't know. I don't even know if half of the roommates are paying. I don't know they're not, but I know I pay my rent in full. And then even if I pay half, I still pay my rent in full. But, you know. So I just cut them out of my life because it just like they just birthed me into the world and threw me out there with the watery sharks to fend for myself, you know? And I can't say that all families are like that, but there are majority of families that are dysfunctional. They don't care about their sons, especially their sons. We get thrown out on the streets and we got to get it out of the mud. Making 14, $16 an hour. So, like I said before, not only do you have the government that's failing you, but your own parents are failing you. And also, the education system in America is also failing their kids. And what I think that the parents need to start doing is they need to start homeschooling their kids so they can be in control of what your kids are learning, what your kids are doing, and what your kids are um, engaging in. Because a lot of this is why the dating scene is messed up. Because a lot of kids are going to public schools, even private Christianity schools. It's also doing this. People are also going through the same issues with Christianity private schools and private schools. And private schools are very expensive. And yet, you know, a lot of parents are having issues with private schools as well because they're not teaching their child anything. The only thing the child is experiencing is getting bullied, somebody walking in with a gun ready to shoot up everybody, and the list goes on. There's so many things I can tell you that it'll just blow your mind. And the thing is that public schools and private schools are not healthy and it's not benefiting the kids. That's why most of them are bullies. The dating scene is rough. They're having kids early age. They don't even know how to date, half of them. You know, you got guys getting into drugs and doing all sorts of crazy stuff to try to fit in. Public schools is just not for kids anymore. When I was working at Amazon Fulfillment Center for 2 years, I picked up a book that I was getting ready to pack into the Amazon box. And I looked on it and it says The Gay BCs. It's on Amazon right now. That's what these kids are learning in elementary schools. And you got homosexuals that are in these schools that are teaching these type of activities to people's children. So for those of you that are listening to this and you got kids, you need to just homeschool your kids. You know, it's important to train a child in a way that he or she should go So when he or she is older, it'll be with him or her. Because the public schools are not going to do it. And that's why the kids and the generation keeps repeating itself. You got some of these kids, they can't even spell cataclysmic. They can't even read. Some of them are reading on a fourth grade level. Some of them can't even read a paragraph without stopping. They can't even read a simple paragraph. And you got some of these kids that are in college, they ain't learning nothing. They can't even read a simple paragraph. If you ask them what is 12 times 12, they'll tell you it's 125 when it's 144. It's sad. So, if you got kids, homeschool your kids. Keep them out of public schools. Because if you homeschool your kids, they learn a lot more things than they would if they go into a public school. And maybe they can pick up a trade or something, and they can do that. Because I'm going to tell you, you really don't need to go to college for anything. If there's a trade school that can teach you these things, teach you the skills that you need to learn, you don't really need college for that. The only time you probably need college is if you're planning on teaching in another school, in another, you know, country. But more likely, if you gotta have a certification for some job, so to speak. But train your kids. Homeschool your own kids. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the more kids that go to the more kids that go to the public schools, the more kids are gonna come out corrupted.
That's lovely. That's lovely. You gotta get that frame. You have my permission to put that on the wall. It's an accomplishment. That took years and
Yeah.
a lot of struggle, and you're gonna get another one. You're gonna.
I don't need her to tell me that. I know I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna show you guys again. Oh crap. You know what? Let me just get rid of this. Okay. This, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of the background. This right here is my associate's degree from DeVry University. I'm an online student in the state of Illinois. And now I'm working on a bachelor's degree, which this is just a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. I got a GPA of a 4.0. I'm a high honors student. But guess what? None of that really matters. GPA and all of this stuff is nothing but titles and numbers. But you got some people that self-identify themselves with degrees. Things like this. None of it means anything. It's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. Of course, I'm proud of myself for the effort and the hard work and the dedication I put in to get the degree. But when you come down to it, you got too many people that are going to college, but they're not getting a job in what they're getting the degrees in. And then they're left with massive student loan debt. I appreciate that, Adam. And like I said, none of this means anything. The fact that I was able to get my associate's degree, this is what it means when I say faith without works is dead, meaning if you're being faithful, but you're not getting up and you're not taking action and you're not doing something about it, nothing, you won't get any results. Now, the fact that I just got that college degree, that proves that you got to do more than just pray. You got to do more than just read a Bible scripture. You have to get up and you have to take action. And I did that to prove my point on this. This is what happens when you put in the action. This is what happens when you put in the effort. This is what happens when you take action and you're not just sitting in a fantasy comfort bubble like the crazy landlord is doing and not do anything about your situation. When you don't do nothing about nothing, you don't get any results. When you do something about it, you get results. And that's something that the crazy landlord is not doing. And because she's not doing anything, instead of making rational decisions, instead of making decisions that is going to help her and keep her sustained and secured, she's making rational moves. Because if I was in her situation, if I was a landlord, and if my primary main source of income is getting low, guess what? I'm going to find some work. I'm going to do what I need to do to get another set of income. But I'm going to also let them know that you got to pay or else I'll have to kick you out. Now, if they are paying but falling short, I work with them. That's what I would do. I work with those who are actually trying to put in the effort to pay their bills. I wouldn't punish nobody or everybody, including the people who are already paying or at least trying to pay their rent. Now, it's different if you're just not paying at all. And she completely, and I'm going to tell you, she completely complained about Leona, which is this other roommate, and how she's not paying rent. But she just said out of the same breath that she had already done caught up on the rent. But now she's saying that she ain't paid none of the rent. So you see how she's wishy-washy with the story she's telling? So if she ain't caught up on the rent, would you let her stay here for 3 months and hadn't paid nothing? At first she said 4 months. Then she changed it and said 3 months. I don't know which months it is. Meanwhile, people like myself and probably a few other roommates are striving to pay their bills. They're putting in the effort to pay their bills. And you're making them suffer along with everybody else that ain't paying bills, that ain't paying their rent like they're supposed to. I'm getting judged and getting told, oh, because you're broke. But you got a chick that's also broke that ain't paying a single dime in 3 months. Meanwhile, everybody else in this house is paying. Or at least trying to put in the effort to pay what they have to catch up on their bills. I don't understand that concept. Now, it would be different if I wasn't paying my bills. Or not even trying to put in the effort to get a job to pay the bills. And to be honest, I'm tired of getting up, walking to work every day. I hate working a job, but I love to work. I just don't like working for somebody else. So my goal is to do YouTube full time with this channel and other channels because I like to talk to people. I like to share my experiences. I get comments saying, well, some stuff you shouldn't share on the internet. They may be right, and they may be wrong. However, I'm the only YouTuber that's going to be transparent with you. Rather if it's something that I shouldn't share on the internet, or rather if it's something that I should share on the internet. I'm going to be transparent with my viewers. And I'm going to tell you, I don't have a whole lot of money. I'm pinching nickels just like everybody else that's trying to get by. I'm not ashamed to say that I'm broke, that I don't have no money, that I'm striving. Because everybody in this world, even in other countries, are going through it. Everybody's going through it. Everybody's struggling. You're working a job that is now getting to the point where they're cutting your hours. Not giving you the extra days that you normally work anymore. You're working for somebody else's company, not even knowing when you're going to get laid off, when they're going to pull you into the, when HR is going to pull you into the office and say, hey, we regret to tell you, but we're going to have to let you go. Just imagine how devastating that would be. You already got AI that's taking over the level entry jobs. They're taking over the level entry jobs. And at some point, it's going to get to a point where there aren't going to be no more jobs to get. You got Wendy's closing their doors, running out of business in other locations. You got Kentucky Fried Chicken is starting to lose business, shutting their doors. Popeye's Chicken is starting to close deal on their business. They're closing their doors, and there are other burger joints. Soon, Five Guys and some of these other restaurants are going to be next. McDonald's is already next. And the people that complain about how expensive it is to eat out, why are you eating out in the first place? When you can go to the grocery store, you can get something. But then, once you think about it, even if you go to the grocery store, everything is so high. I bought 6 items at the grocery store. I bought 6 items at the grocery store one time. A while back. I used my awards card because I only went to the yellow prices that I can use my card with. When I was rung up at the cash register, at the checkout. Let me pull, this is the receipt for this week of the items I bought. It was approximately 6 items. This is a recent receipt. I had to pay $73, $76.73 for 6 items. And this, I also use my awards card.
Yeah, I don't want to hang it up though, because I don't want to put holes in the walls and stuff like that.
Well, you can use those little tack things, you know. They're
The
no, they're like
thumb
little.
tacks?
No, they're little.
Oh, it sticks to the wall.
Yeah.
Oh.
I probably have some.
Will it come off though if you want to switch it?
Yeah, it comes off. Yeah, I'm gonna. If you don't get a frame, I'll get one. You gotta put that up. That's pretty impressive. Oh my god.
I like the walls in there, so I don't want to damage it.
Oh, I'm not. You're good.
Yeah, this is
That's pretty wonderful, huh?
and I think
That's one reason why I put up with your late rent and piddly. Here's 100, here's 2, because at least you're doing something with your life. If someone says,
You know, my rent was late, but at least I was paying her compared to some of the other roommates that ain't paying her anything. Because, see, I'm not like all the other roommates that's just floating through life and just messing up and not really doing nothing. I'm actually trying to do something because I care about my future, which I don't need her approval for that.
something like, well, has Nakasha paid? I said, he's in school. And they're like, damn, so I gotta go to school. I said, yeah, you gotta do something to other people. And they're like, okay. Because I told Ivy, them guys, come August, you guys are gonna have to pay 1,000 to 800. We'll figure that out. Get another place. So she's like, okay. She's got this woman in love.
And here's my thing. She's always bringing my name up a lot. And the thing is, it's like, most of the time, I'm locked up in this room. And I never show my face around here. And there was a time where people didn't even know I existed in the house. And I liked it that, because I didn't want nobody to know that I exist in this house. So how is it that they're asking her if I paid rent or not, when half of these people don't even know that I even exist in this house? Doesn't make any sense, doesn't it?
Who keeps sending her flowers and pizza and gifts. It's funny, and they just give it to me. Because the woman's fighting over her voice. I get to watch the whole thing, and I've met the woman too. She's gone over there to spend the night with her. And she gets the boys off. It's like, because you know she likes both. But I guess they were best friends. But the boyfriend's kind of like near her, so she chose her boyfriend. You know. So the lady hit me up and is like, "Kat, please get in touch with me." And then DoorDashes her flowers, DoorDashes her pizza, DoorDashes, and they're like, "Here, we don't want it." And I'm like, "I'll take all the flowers. Like, you're beautiful." And there's more in the kitchen. She just keeps sending. And then she sent a man over here for her today. And I'm like, "What the hell?" Because she wanted to get a message to Ivy, and I'm like, "You can get off my property. That's what you can do right now." See how I just itch.
Yeah, you gotta stop scratching.
Did I show you that? What's going on with me before?
Yeah, you did when I
Yeah.
paid you.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And she can't even keep up with the conversations we've been having. But see, my grandmother was 80 years old. She had all her common senses, never did drugs. She was a very healthy lady, cooked really good. And she remembers everything. Don't even miss a beat. So, I don't know what's wrong with this lady. She probably done been on some drugs before. I don't know.
It's like I'm being cursed. Are you cursing me? What's going on, Nakasha?
Me cursing you.
Yeah. Are you magic?
That's crazy. There she goes with this stuff. Like, here's the thing. She's sitting here being superstitious. There's no such thing as magic, and there's no such thing as people getting cursed. Now, why in the world would she think I'm cursing her? You see, this is a 50-year-old lady talking like this.
You're
No,
magic.
I'm just a regular guy.
Maybe it's her. Somebody in here. Maybe it's past shoe. Because I noticed after he took a bath and I went in there, that's when I got all this. Yeah. Oh, he's not paying rent either. And he's like, well, I'm not doing that. Everyone actually does pay. It just takes some time. Except Leon. And I was upset with her, and I said, Leon, this is 30-day notice sometime, which I've never done to you.
Didn't she say you?
Now she's paying. All of a sudden she's paying. Before she didn't have the money.
Was it like 3 months of rent that she paid you, or was it?
No. She said she's not paying me.
I don't get it. So when I first came and I paid her $200 of the rent, she just told me that this lady just paid and caught up on her rent. Now she's saying she ain't paid nothing. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I actually got the recording of that too. But we're going to listen to that the next time. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it.
And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I'm like, so what I'm gonna do is probably August. Or probably July, let her go. Just give her notice.
I noticed you was.
Let me clarify. So basically, she's talking about the other roommate that she mentioned that's going to school as I am. And starting about Tuesday, she's considering, or maybe August, sometime in August, she's saying that she's thinking of letting her go. And the reason she's whispering is because she didn't want the other roommate to know what she was talking about. And then she was also talking about letting Leona go too, and some other people. So that's what she was saying.
Trying to get into her door
In case if you guys couldn't, hear her when she was whispering.
earlier.
Yeah. Just having a hard time. Yesterday or today?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was probably yesterday.
Yeah.
Maybe the day before.
Yeah, she came. She figured it out. Just gotta push it a little harder.
May have to fix it.
I just gotta put her out because she doesn't pay. She got 3 months. No, thank you. But the thing is, she doesn't have any support. And when you're in the village.
So I don't understand. So at first she said that she caught up on her rent. And now all of a sudden she's saying that she's not caught up on her rent. You see how there's some holes in that story? You see how the math ain't adding up? The math ain't mathing? I don't understand this. So you don't let this lady stay here for approximately, if what she's saying is true, if this lady Leona has not paid any rent, right? Okay, so you mean to tell me that this lady been here for almost 5 months and she hasn't paid a single dime, and you just sat up here and let her live rent free, whereas you're calling my phone harassing me about some rent money. You know that I am trying to pay my rent. But you have a roommate, on the other hand, sitting here living rent free, and you mean to tell me she still ain't paid rent? I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. Like, something is just not adding up. And this is why I redo these recordings, so you guys can listen in on this thing. To be like, what do you guys think? Bobby, Adam, what do you guys think of this? This is crazy. This is crazy. It's like one mouth she's saying one thing, out of another mouth she's saying another thing. I don't understand it. But this is the way she is.
They just throw you out, and all her people are drugs, and addicts. She's 22.
Okay, so let me clarify in case you guys couldn't hear that. So basically, she's saying that Leona's family were on drugs, they were drunks, and it was an unstable family home. So apparently, this Leona person spoke to the landlord and told her um, about something dealing with her coming from the village, and family is going downhill and they're far gone and they're drinking and drugs and all this other stuff. So, but my thing is this. I was homeless for 6 years before I moved up here. When I moved up here after my mother paid a lot of money to get up here, she and my uncle abandoned me and left me in the state of Alaska with no money, nothing. And when I came here with nothing but the clothes on my back. And you mean to tell me she gets to live rent free this entire time just because her family was hooked on drugs, just because her family were drunks, and she came from a village? I mean, really? I mean, I'm not saying that ain't nothing, but I'm like, seriously? It just feels like she's giving her special treatment. Because over the times, I did hear her say that she had been giving her bracelets and cakes and snacks and other stuff. I bought the landlord a bottle of orange juice. And I was doing it throughout the goodness of my heart for her health. And she turns around and gives it to her son, try to act as if like I didn't even buy it for her. But then she gives you treats and everything else, and you'll accept that. Even accept her sob story. But I done told you that I came up here with nothing but the clothes on my back, got exiled by my uncle, and got rejected by my mother. Now I'm stuck in this state with barely any money to go nowhere else. So that means I went homeless for 6 years just to come all the way up here to a whole nother state to deal with more bullshit all over again. Just because another person gave you a sob story, I gave you a sob story, and I get treated like shit for it. Sounds like some favoritism is going on in this house.
Mm-hmm.
So she does. I feel like she doesn't really have support on it, and you know, I was
I don't have no support either. I don't have family support either. I have to get it out of the mud. You see how in America women get sympathy. Men don't get any sympathy. We get thrown out on the streets, fend for ourselves. They get a slap on the wrist. That is what's happening here.
Christian.
Mm.
Otherwise, I'd be rich. So I'm just trying to do the right thing, but I think she orders a lot of stuff, so I think I'm gonna let her go.
I mean, she did order a box of stuff from Walmart and other stuff, and you're still letting her stay here rent free. Because I know if I went up to the store right now and bought something, she gonna be like, "What you got?" I don't get it. It's too much. It's a double standard. It is a double standard. This place is a prison.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll let her go too, because she doesn't have a job. I can't have all these people. Like, you know, but she is in school, so I like that.
Hold on, guys. Be right back. Alright guys, I am back. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure this shit out. Oh, thank you, Bobby. So I just don't understand, like, you know, this the thing. She's given women in this place special treatment. And and then when it comes to guys like me, or guys period, we got to get it out of the mud. Now again, I told her my uncle kicked me out on the streets over petty stuff that ain't even worth kicking me out over. My mother abandoned me when I needed her most, and it's like she knew how my uncle was, but yet she put me in that situation. And it's like every time when I ask her for help, she puts me in situations like this. Then at the same time, I got here with money that she paid to get here. I only came here for a fresh start. I never asked to come all the way to a whole nother state just to stay here. But at the same time, I lost everything in the car accident. And I think I talked about that in one of my long form videos. So when it comes down to it, it's like, oh, and to be right back, I also got that for Streamlabs too. I actually figured out the blurry issue because I had the portrait feature on, and that's what's causing it. So I just don't understand. Like, wait, where she gets special treatment, she gets to stay here for 3 months with no rent paid, and you let her stay here with 3 months with no rent paid just because she gave you a sob story about her coming from a village and her parents were drunks. Meanwhile, I lost everything before I moved up here. I was homeless for 6 years, living in my car. There were times I didn't have food to eat. I didn't have no family support. I didn't have nothing. And now I'm been abandoned by my own family in a whole nother state with people I don't even know. And then for a man to go through at his lowest point, you know what we get told? Man up. We get told to man up. You don't need your family because you're a grown man. Figure it out. That's what us men get told. But the women don't get told that. They get a slap on the wrist. They get they get pampered. We don't get shit. This is just some bullshit. But this is the type of lady that she is. A 50-year-old lady, may I add. In 2026. Because if I was in the same position she was in, guess what? There's no way I would be sitting up in here 3 months with no rent. I would be out of that door before I can blink. I'll be out on the streets before I can blink. There's no way. There is no way. Especially the way that the landlord gets on to me about rent all the time. Like I haven't paid her in decades and years and months. No way. Even though I paid her, sometimes it be half. But I make sure that I pay my rent in full, every which way. Rather if it's late or rather if it's on time. I make sure that my rent is paid in full. Whereas you got somebody here for 3 months and ain't paid Jack a dime because of some sob story. Like she the only person that's going through something. But I bet you if a man was in that position and he did the same, try to do the same thing, he'll be out on the streets before he can blink. Everything she says, I take it with a grain of salt. Just because they tell you all that, a landlord tells you all of that, that don't mean squat. It's no different than when you dealing with managers on the job. They're telling you that you did a great job and you did all this stuff. They can say you did a great job today, and then they can turn around and fire you the next day. These corporations, landlords, and the government, they don't care about you. And what's worse, it's not even your own family cares about you. They don't even call you up to see if you're dead or alive. They don't do anything. It's sad.
Is that the lady that visit me downstairs? I see.
She's very flirtatious.
Okay, so she was whispering in this. Let me clarify. So basically, she's saying that the lady that came to my door because she wanted to meet me, that she is very flirtatious, and she also mentioned that she had 3 kids, and that she was trying to hustle the men in the house, other roommates, out of money to pay her rent and get her to pay her rent and along with some other stuff. That's what she was trying to say. But the reason she was whispering because the other roommate was in the room and she did not want the other roommate to hear what was going on, even though the roommate probably was smart enough to eavesdrop to see what's going on.
Yeah, she wasn't flirty towards me. She just started talking to me like any.
She also talked about this lady and what she was wearing around the house and stuff like that.
So
At least she was nice to you. Oh no, she's like, yeah. She likes this guy in here. And she likes Ivy's boyfriend. Ivy's about to knock her out.
that's the guy in there.
Yeah. Oh. He's got a huge afro, but it's him. And he does nothing with
So basically, she has a roommate that's living in a tent outside of her house. And I'm going to show you guys the evidence after this live stream. Laggy? It shouldn't be laggy. I don't know what I can do with that. It's probably because I'm on YouTube and my frames are not dropping. I don't know what's going on. Let me get rid of this. Quit this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I keep I keep trying to update. I don't know why. It's probably Probably because they don't have, probably don't have enough space. That's probably what that is. I don't know. I have to figure it out later. Am I still lagging now, Bobby? I wanted to make sure if you can hear me okay before I continue. I don't know what's going on. It might be internet interference, or it could be because I'm sharing screens, and that's probably why it's lagging like that. All right, let's continue. Because I gotta get this done. I'm probably gonna skip through some of this.
Yeah,
Oh, well, maybe he likes the 90s.
I like it. I like it. He's sexy.
I've seen a few people with
Have you seen
afros like that.
He's very sexy, very handsome, and he knows it. He comes in here, hi, Miss Cat. He just uses that, and I'm like, he's very sexy, very confident for only 22 years old. And I'm like, God, is God testing me right now? And he's like, how you doing? He goes, Miss Cat, and just very flirtatious with the ladies too. And then I said, didn't you just get kicked out by 3 ladies? You need to be better with your flirting technique, because apparently he was using one of their cars, living there free, and just kind of taking advantage of the women. So they threw him out. I guess he made him cry and everything. He's a nice guy though, but he's a bit of a player, you know.
Is she in there right now?
Yeah. She's alright. She just, I need people with jobs that can pay rent. If she can't pay rent next month, I said,
Hold on.
are you gonna pay rent next month? She said she had no student loans.
Okay. So basically, what she's saying. Let me clarify this. Okay. So basically, what she's saying is the lady that is in college. She does not have a job, and she's only a college student. And the landlord was telling me that she's not paying rent, right? And that she is relying on student loans so she can use it to pay off her rent, to pay her rent. Now, the thing is, student loans can only get you so far. Especially depends on how many classes you're taking. And Kathy is more concerned about her getting a job so she can pay her rent. But my thing is, okay, yes, she's in school, but if she's not working anywhere, why would you let somebody in your house that's not working anywhere? I mean, I'm a college student. I'm going for my bachelor's degree. But I'm also working a part time job at a local grocery store at the deli. So, what's her excuse for not getting a job? I don't get it. It's like she let all these people in here without even on a whim, without even knowing, okay, rather not if they're going to pay their rent. But you have a few people like myself who are trying to pay their rent, rather if it's late or on time. And we're the ones that's getting punished for it. While everybody else don't get punished and she let them go without paying rent.
She earning more than student loans.
Yeah.
And then she tries to use the fact that I'm in school to justify why she put up with it. But when she called my phone and harassed me for when she was going to get paid, that don't sound like she was putting up with it. Tell you, these landlords, they don't care if your 10-year-old child gets ran over in the streets. They want their money. That's just how cold and heartless they are.
To pay,
Chores and stuff. She's not appreciative, so I quit.
So Kathy was saying that he hired the lady that was a college student. I don't know her name. I think her name was Melissa. Yeah, it was Melissa. And what happened was she said that all of a sudden she quit because, according to what the landlord said, we're going to call her Sammy. Sammy told me that Melissa was being rude to her and called her names. But here's the thing, when I first moved in, she called me a fuck up. She ate chips around the store that she didn't pay for, embarrassed me in front of the checkout, then told me I was on her hit list, along with some other things that she did. Even tried to lock me out of the house that I worked so hard and paid rent for, to try to lock me out. And then using the accident from another former roommate to justify her reasons as to why she did what she did. Now I'm gonna tell you, this landlord, she's schizophrenic and she's very paranoid person. She's always acting every time somebody attacks her or does something bad to her. She thinks that the government agent is after her or coming to assassinate her or worse.
she looks nice up here.
Yeah, I did that. She worked for 3 hours, and I bought her stuff at a store, and it was $45. I paid her. She told everybody that I did, and I'm like, what the hell? So I had a talk with her, and she's like, oh, I forgot all the stuff you bought me. I'm sorry. And then she sent me this text, and it said Ursula. So she's calling me Ursula.
Why is she calling me that?
She claims it was a mistake, but I don't think so. I've been called that before.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
I never heard of it before.
Yeah. It means big, fat, ugly bitch. That's what it means. Mainly fat and ugly. Really hurt my feelings.
Student loans
Yeah.
to pay, you know.
I gotta feed her. I'm hiring her to do chores and stuff, and she's not appreciative, so I quit. Yeah. I am.
She looks nice up here.
Yeah, I did that. She worked for 3 hours, and I bought her stuff at a store, and it was $45. I paid her. She told everybody that I did, and I'm like, what the hell? So I had a talk with her, and she's like, oh, I forgot all the stuff you bought me. I'm sorry. And then she sent me this text, and it said Ursula. So she's calling me.
She don't need more than student loans.
Yeah.
And she did this during the time that
Today.
Okay, so I was asking questions because I'm trying to clarify some stuff that she was trying to tell me, because she always tells me a whole bunch of stories. So basically, Melissa, which is the roommate that's a college student, the same one, she's saying that um that she that Sammy said that she called her a cursivore. Now I don't know what that word means. I've never heard of a word like that before, but she called her a cursivore. And of course, you already heard it, saying that she's a big fat ugly bitch and stuff like that. So, I don't know. But like I said, the fact that she mistreated me and probably a few other roommates, it's just like What goes when you here's the thing about bad karma, okay? Bad karma, when you do things, this is why it's important to treat people the way you want to be treated. If you don't want to be treated and don't want nobody calling you, name out of your name and saying other stuff, you got to treat people the way you want to be treated. Because the way you treat people, it comes back. And when it comes back hard. I've been there before. You have to do others as you have them to do unto you. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And when you don't do that, this is what happens. You end up in a situation like the landlord. Like the landlord, Sammy. But she doesn't realize that.
Jumping with her?
Today,
What, here in this house?
she claims it was a mistake, but no, I've been called that by women.
What led up to that?
It wasn't a mistake. I think it's more to that story because a roommate wouldn't just call somebody out of their name and call them a cursivore and other names like that. There has to have been something that either Sammy did or the roommate did to cause that. Now I know Sammy has a knack of pushing people's buttons, 'cause that's the type of person that she is. But I do think that he might be going to bed. So I don't know. Sorry, I'm dozing off for this. Yeah, and see, here's the thing. Now, Sammy is saying that she talked so much shit about her. But isn't that what you did to me when I first moved here? You talked shit about me. You talked shit about Xander. You talked shit about everybody else in the house. You even talked shit about your own son. And then talked about how you used to kick him out on the streets as if it's a badge of honor to throw family out on the streets. I don't know what these older generation in 2026 get off of throwing their kids out on the streets, abandoning their kids, and just refusing to be a support system. I don't understand the concept of these families. Do you guys understand that? Since when we, in 2026, since when we start kicking family out on the streets, especially when it comes to their sons, to fend for themselves in a world that they weren't even prepared for in the first place. That's crazy to me. It's like a trend with a lot of these families throwing their kids out on the streets, throwing their sons, most especially, on the streets so they can live and tell about it and brag about it. It's crazy.
Giving her rides, hooking her up with Jacob, because he has a car and he's been taking her to the Ren Fair. Good to her. When you're really good to someone and maybe you find out they hate you. I was just like, hey, talking, and then I found out the truth, and I was like, get the fuck out, bitch.
Yeah, I know that all too well.
And so I'm like, okay.
And that is why I just come up here to talk to
To
you,
you and then
by
come back down
yourself.
to your room.
But when there's
Yeah.
like too many people, I just don't like coming up here.
Yeah, because they'll use anything against you. They use it against me. Like, do you smoke pot? Do you drink? Do you do? I can't do any of that. And one of the reasons why I can't do it is they'll use it against me.
So she has been drinking and she has been doing drugs. I mean, because she's just said that she can't do any of those things as if she has done them before. But then out of the same breath, she's saying that she never done those before. Make it make sense. Either you did it or you didn't do it. But then, you know, just like She was eavesdropping on me when I was talking to a friend that was in the Philippines. And I was talking to her about me leaving the country of the United States of America and not coming back. And she was eavesdropping on me that day. Probably went and told everybody else. So the reason they finding something on you is because that's the way she treated me. She likes to eavesdrop, spy on people, and hear what other people are saying. You can't even s- go out in the open in the house and just hang out. She'll think that somebody's plotting against her. It's crazy.
Well, you smoke pot. Well, you smoke cigarettes. Well, you took an aspirin. Well, you two do painkillers. I saw you drinking whiskey. So I just decided I'm not doing anything. I don't have any. I don't even have headache medication. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Nothing. You don't see me bottle booze. Nothing. Because they will. Your roommates will use anything against me at all. And also, I got into it with Ivory because she had this guy here that was giving her boyfriend a ride. And I wanted to know who it was because Jesse was here. Jesse's like, I don't know, this guy's been there. He's been glaring at me. I don't trust the guy. So I went over to him in my truck. So my truck's parked where it is, right there. So I drove my truck around. He's parked over here. And I said, can I help you? And he goes, it's none of your fucking business. And I'm like, are you waiting for someone? This is our neighborhood. I'm just trying to see if, fuck you and this and that. And I'm like, okay. And then Jesse goes, go get your guns. So I go get both guns. And I come back out. And then Jesse's like, goes over to him and threatens him. He goes, can I help you, sir? You want to know what you're waiting for? And Ivy comes yelling at me. He's a friend of mine. You know who this is? I've never met this guy in my life. I go, no. He goes, okay, well, you can meet him now. And then he apologized. I didn't know you were the landlord. Will you watch me walk in my house, bitch? What is it? What am I, a DoorDasher or something? He saw me come out with my guns. And I go, look at my guns. And I was like, I got bigger ones. And I'm like, and they're starving him. He lost like 30 pounds because he doesn't have any money and any food. So I've been feeding him, giving him food, as much food as I can.
I done sat up in her house and went 3 months without eating. And she's sitting up here talking about that like it's a badge of honor to just let them sit there and starve to death. After all that work that she done put them through around the house. That's sad.
And I said he chooses to be poor and live in poverty and live over there because he likes his church.
And how you gonna sit up here and tell somebody what their fate and how they choose to do something? Just like you choose to sit up in the house and talk about everybody, just like you hear her do. This is the 50-year-old landlord that's talking about everybody in the house. She's sitting up here talking about how, you know, other two roommates, how they choose to be poor and live on the streets. That's almost like saying if you get attacked for no reason and somebody comes up to you and say you chose to be attacked. How do you choose to be attacked when you got attacked for no reason out of the blue? That don't make no sense. So she's sitting up here saying that, okay, she chose, he chose to be poor, right? He chose to be homeless and be on the streets. But you chose to sit there hoping something gonna change and nothing's gonna change. You sit in there and you talk about everybody and chose to not do anything to put yourself in a better situation with financial security, financially and securely wise. This lady, I don't get it. She thinks that she's above everybody else.
She goes, yeah, so my friend's better than him. I said, actually, no. She goes, Jeff's a horrible person. And I'm thinking, bitch, you just made like thousands of dollars working for him. Thinking in my head that she's going to go work for him tomorrow. I mean, and I'm going to have a talk with her like, I don't like you talk. Jeff's my best friend, and the way you talk about him, when if it wasn't for him, you guys wouldn't have that less money you're making. And he's gonna take you to Girdwood. I mean, kid, don't speak bad about my Jeff. You know, that's
Okay, but then if you don't want people speaking bad about your friends and people that you know, then you shouldn't be speaking bad about them. It's just that simple. And it all goes back to treat others the way you want to be treated. When you're talking about everybody else like a dog and you're dogging people out, you're going to get that same treatment in return. You can't expect people to not talk about them if you're the ones that's talking about them like a dog. You know? Make it make sense. Just like you talked about how I was broke behind my back. And I overheard her say that when she was talking to Perone, which is another roommate. And another roommate also witnessed it.
best friend. And she was going on and on. Well, Jeff's worse than my friend, and I'm like, you know what the difference is? Jeff drives peacefully through here. He doesn't live here. And if anyone asks him, and he's a drug dealer, what are you doing in the neighborhood? He'll be like, oh, I'm here to pick up Ivy, or I'm here to pick up, you know.
And that's the only conversation she has. She's always talking about drug dealers, people that are drunks, people who are trying to get in relationships with somebody else that's got millions of dollars. That's all she ever talks about. And it really gets tiring. I get tired of hearing this. And it's the thing about Americans. It's all about money. It's all about drugs and everything else. I don't like hearing about these stories, to be honest. I don't.
He's very cordial and
Mm-hmm.
polite. Your friend is not. Your friend's totally ghetto and drama. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, and you guys have been drinking a lot. I don't appreciate it. We've been working hard. We only have 2 days off. So I decided those two gotta go too. I love Ivy, but she's getting a little out of hand. So I'm gonna make sure she goes too. So probably her and Liana. So by August. So
What about a fourth one?
he's really wonderful. I love her. I love Ivy too, but I just don't like how she. What does this have to do with Jeff? Oh, he's better than Jeff. What does this have to do with that? Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying, yeah, they'll use everything against you. So you're smart to stay down there. She said that too. She goes, he's smart. He just stays in that little room. She goes, can I move down there too? I said, sure. Because Alex is moving out. I fucking hate him.
Hmm. So she's saying that I'm smart. Interesting. Very interesting.
So she's gonna move in there. Alex is going to pay $900 a month to live in a really bad neighborhood.
So my thing is why do you care that he's paying 900 a month to live in a bad neighborhood? When you're sitting up here putting pressure on people to pay rent, when you're sitting up here talking about everybody else like a dog, when you're sitting up here, you don't want nobody saying anything about your friends and the people you hang with, and talking about Jesse and some of the other people that you hang with, but you over here talking about me to them like a dog. And not even think, and the worst irony of it is she don't even think that these people are actually listening to what she's saying. These roommates ain't stuck on stupid. Anyway, this is ridiculous. This is getting more and more ridiculous as it comes.
You believe that?
What which area?
It's
I
You know,
saw
come
that.
on.
I saw that.
Yeah, thank
When
you.
I first,
Yeah,
nice to people, but I told her like I just kind of keep to myself.
yeah. Well, she needs to too. I told her that too.
I mean, I'm not saying that people should be mean to one another.
No, but
if
not
people are staying
I-
here because
yeah.
they're having a hard time.
having a
they're
hard
trying
time. Don't.
See, here's my thing. And then when I talk to her about this, she agrees with me. but then she'll turn around and act like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And it'll be always something that will cause people to be kicked out of the house. Cause see, my thing is I came here to get on my feet again. I didn't come here to meet every single roommate in this house.
Add
I
to
don't
it.
think they come in here to be friends with everybody.
Not some of them are like Daniel and him hang out. They're both Hispanic, and I think I love Daniel. He's great. He's got that truck there. See that truck? White truck. That's it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
lab tech. He's a lab tech.
Okay.
He's he told me he's a metallurgist. Never met one. Never. Don't even know what it is. He told me, and it was way
Okay.
over my head. So very smart.
It's sound related to
And he
tech.
gives me 1,000 a month. I told him he didn't have to. He goes, I want to. But I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Dresses nice. You'll like him. He has a little bit of an accent. But yeah, he keeps to himself out there. When I left Sheridan, he's great, no problem. It's just, I don't like Ivy's ghetto friends coming over here. And then this kid was hanging out on the step. I'm trying to run a business here. People need to feel safe here. I can't have these people here.
Well, technically, you're not really running a business because you're sitting up here. Number one, she's extorting money out of people. Number two, people can't even wash their clothes because she's charging $3 extra. And number three, you're over here talking about folks like a dog. Number four, you getting into drama. You exposing everybody else's business. And things that they tell you doesn't mean that you should go tell everybody else. If you really truly are running a business, why you sitting up here wasting your time talking about everybody else in the house? Because I'm pretty sure that she gets with another roommate, she'll talk about them, about me. It's just an ongoing situation. It doesn't seem like she's running a business to me. That's just my honest thoughts about that.
It's just like, okay. So I asked him, can you please leave my property? And he did. I don't know who he was. She goes, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend. Okay. He's trying to get messages to her.
When you said tall, dark, and handsome, is he like Hispanic or is he darker?
White.
I see.
Talks a lot ways. A little man. He has a PhD. He wanted to move in. He wanted to give me money, but he's too. Oh yeah, because he said, he texted me, she's so charming. I said, yeah, charming as a snake. No, I ain't living in. Why are you gonna deal with that?
I'm going to tell you guys something about people that are going to school. Just because a person has a PhD, associate's degree, or a bachelor's degree, that does not mean anything. It is just a piece of paper that just shows that you took the necessary credits and graduated and worth deserving of that degree. It is just a piece of paper. That's all it is. Doesn't mean anything. Considering that colleges are not teaching these kids how to read, half of these kids don't even know how to read. They don't know how to read simple grammar structures. They don't even know the difference between a run-on sentence, prepositional phrases, different phrases, a sentence fragments. They don't know anything. And it just makes you wonder, like, how do these people get in college? They don't know any different kind of fragment phrases, a run-on sentence, a sentence fragment, contraction words. They don't know anything. They don't even know how to do a research paper and probably don't even know how to write things in MLA format. They probably don't even know squat about how the MLA format changes every year. Just like financial aid and everything else changes every year when you have to renew it.
They'll both go against me. I've been through this. He's 6'3". Oh, hell no. He wanted to come give me some money.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, let me clarify that because she was whispering. So basically, what she was saying is Melissa, which is the roommate, the same roommate that doesn't have a job and a college student, basically, what she said was that she was trying to talk to Jesse, which is one of her friends, I'm assuming, into giving her some money, and she was trying to get some money out of him, to help pay for rent, and she's been trying to use other men in the house to pay for her, to get money and stuff like that. So I think that's what she was saying. But see, the thing is, isn't it the same thing that Sammy is doing? Isn't that the same thing the landlord is doing? Just let that sink in for a minute. Isn't that the same thing that the landlord is doing? Extorting money out of people, secretly letting people get away with doing certain things. All right, I won't take too long because I gotta.
And
Is it me, so?
well, she's sizing you up, right? I told you it was.
She ain't sizing me up. We barely met. She ain't sizing me up. But it seems like she is sizing up those other dudes that she's trying to get money out of. But she ain't sizing me up. I'm unsizable.
Focus now. It's not even. What's like she goes, I'm gonna go down there, and I go, well, you'll be highly disappointed. He has no. She goes, well, I'll go talk to him anyway. I said, has nothing to offer you right now. He's focusing on school because I don't want her to take your focus off. I don't want anything else to go missing in your room. You know.
And here's the thing, it's like she's always making an assumption that just because people pay half rent or because people pay whole rent, she just judged them by the rent they pay and just automatically write tenants off as being broke. As if like she knows what kind of money they have in their bank accounts. This is a whole messed up situation.
Well, she's like coming there just to get money from me.
I don't know. That's how I see it.
Mm.
Because she has 3 kids and she's looking for something. Do you understand?
Mm.
Okay, so basically what she's saying is this lady has 3 kids and she's already going around. It's almost like she's describing her as a gold digger, that she's going around trying to get more money out of certain people just to benefit her. It's almost like she's saying this woman is a gold digger.
Okay.
No. So I told the text and I said, hey, stop beating me up. She has 3 kids. So he's like,
So she spoke with another roommate, and apparently she kind of told one of the roommates that she had 3 kids. And now she's telling me this. And she probably done told other people about this too. You see, this is the reason why I keep things to myself, because a lot of stuff that I tell, it gets broadcasted around the house. It's ridiculous. And this is kind of stuff that I think is confidential. You know, people shouldn't be throwing their business out there, and I shouldn't be knowing if she got kids or not. That's none of my concern.
I wonder.
now you're figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking. I don't blame her.
I just, I would pretend that I'm broke too, just, not even.
I already told her. I said he has a hard time paying rent. He's a college student. He's in the cheapest room in here.
It's not that I have a hard time paying, it's because the cost of the jobs are not keeping up with the cost of living. It ain't because I have a hard time paying, because I never had a hard time paying. It's just the jobs are making it difficult because they can't even keep up with the cost of living. You see how people just assume that you're struggling, they assume that you're having a hard time with something. They just automatically assume stuff. They don't never try to communicate and try to see how things are going. They don't do anything. She doesn't do anything. She'll sit there and make assumptions. But what she don't know is I already have some money that's coming on the way. And with my side hustles, if I can get some traffic to them, I can start making some serious money. She doesn't know about all that. And yet she thinks that I'm just the same poor, broke person staying in a small room. I chose to stay in a small room because I like this room. And I like it downstairs because I don't have to worry about being upstairs with the chaos. She tried to insinuate that because I'm in this room, that means that I'm broke. Me being in this room got nothing to do with me being broke. It's just the fact that I prefer this room because I'm living below my means. I'm not trying to afford a $800 to $1,000 room. Because that's, if you want to go broke and run out of money real quick, that's the best way to do it. It's just like the whole time I'm listening to her, I'm just like, why is she making assumptions that I'm broke? I mean, rather if I'm paying half or if I'm paying in full, that doesn't mean that a person is broke. It could be more. It could be other factors too, like maybe he's trying to balance things out with his money. Maybe he's trying to see, okay, if I pay this, I get this money and I do this. Maybe he's budgeting. But it seems like the only phrase that she can remember is somebody being broke. And she just writes people off as being broke just because they can't pay the full price. It's sad. These people are really a sad case, especially Sammy, especially the landlord.
And she's like, oh, okay, I want to be in a cheap room. I'm like, all right, we'll talk about it. I want to, can I have that room right next to him? I'm like, if you leave him alone, okay, I promise I will.
She ain't gonna bother me. Cause I don't even, I stay locked in my room, so.
Yeah, she won't. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
I like her. She's all right, but she's just desperate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm letting you know what's up. So I have to just.
And how do you know she was desperate? The fact that you just broadcast her business. How would you know she was desperate?
I don't really want to move in Texas, so I probably won't. Besides, he has wolf eyes. You know what wolf eyes are? Look at a wolf, and those are the eyes. Dangerous.
Yeah.
Kind of scary.
But my thing is, why would she go around doing that? But I'm glad people are protecting their assets. I'm
So
protecting
then-
mine, so.
So then, there's a guy with a Labradoodle that wants to come here, and he's real sweet. Trim around all the windows, outside and in. Because I told you I met a guy, right, that's moved in Monday. His name's John. He's like this. You know, you're here, and even if they are Airbnb, you know what I mean, they won't. You're not annoying like a lot of people. Like crown shoes really loud. So that's what I think I'll do, because that'll bring the money in. Because I need some money. I'm tired of not having money. This is bitch. I was just joking. I have a great sense of humor. So he's like, I like you. I'll move in. Because I want to give you the money now. I said, oh, hold on. So I'm not going to spend it. I'm going to see how he is. Because he is now, over 60. So I think he's calmed down. No drinking, he does smoke pot, but he'll smoke it outside. And he does vape, he'll do that outside. I'm gonna see if he can get like a dab pen or a vape pen or something so that we don't have the smell. So I'm letting you know, there's gonna be a lot of work being done starting July. Now, starting Sunday. And about the first week in July, we're gonna have professional pictures taken. So downsize,
She's basically trying to sell the house. And I already said that this house is not going to sell. But watch what she says.
stuff, because every room is getting a professional picture.
Okay.
And I'm seriously gonna try to sell the house. And if I can't sell the house, I'm turning it to an Airbnb. Then it'll be like $75 a night for the rooms upstairs, or $85 a night, $50 a night for the rooms downstairs. I'll keep a few of you. You might be one of them. You probably will, because you're no problem. And you hide, and I like that. So people won't even know you're here. And even if they are Airbnb, you know what I mean? They won't. You're not annoying like a lot of people. Like crown shoes really loud. So that's what I think I'll do, because that'll bring the money in. Because I need some money. I'm tired of not having money.
Now, you heard what she said, right? Let's go back. Let's go back.
So I'm not gonna spend it. I'm gonna see how he is. Because he is now, over 60. So I think, and even if they are Airbnb, you know what I mean? They won't. You're not annoying like a lot of people. Like crown shoes really loud. So that's what I think I'll do, because that'll bring the money in. Because I need some money. I'm tired of not having money. Airbnb, then it'll be like $75 a night for the rooms upstairs, or $85 a night, $50 a night for the rooms downstairs. I'll keep a few of you. You might be one of them. You probably will, because you're no problem. And you hide, and I like that. So people won't even know you're here. And even if they are Airbnb, you know what I mean? They won't. You're not annoying like a lot of people. Like crown shoes really loud. So that's what I think I'll do, because that'll bring the money in. Because I need some money. I'm tired of not having money.
Okay. So basically, she said that she's going to charge. If she can't sell the house, that she was going to turn it into an Airbnb, and she's going to charge the rooms downstairs 75 and the rooms upstairs 85 a night. Do you know how much money that is? Especially if you're staying 30 days worth. That's a lot. In a messed up economy that we live in right now, who in the world is going to afford $75 and $85 a night per night? Help me understand this. Who is going to be able to afford that? At this point, she's not going to have any customers or any tenants at this point. Because if she does this, she ain't going to have no money. And she's talking about making me an exception to the rule, right? Because I'm no problem, of course. Why would I be a problem in the first place? She's saying that she's tired of not having any money. So she's making a rational decision and being aggressive and decides to increase the pricings. But the thing is, if you're tired of not having any money, there are other ways that you can make money. You can either get a job or you can find another source of income. You can sell a house, another house, and get some money off of that while you're trying to sell this house, just to have another income on the side that you can use that will give you financial security. But instead of her figuring out other ways to get another stream of income, she just decided to just increase rent, just increase everything, and turn this house into an Airbnb. And I'm telling you, if she does this, she ain't gonna have no customers. Because see, if I'm gonna be paying 75 per night, that's a lot of money. I can't afford that. She's saying she's tired of not having any money, but she's not doing anything about her situation. She's just sitting up here trying to extort more money out of people, increasing the price and everything else. But all she's doing is pricing people out of the house. It's real sad. And she's only just going into the inevitable. Inevitable. I can't even say it right, but you guys get what I'm saying. And not only that, she's only making it worse on herself. Because my thing is, if you're tired of not having any money, you have to find another source of income. And I told her that from the beginning, in a way. But this is what happens when people don't listen. She can give advice, but she can't listen to advice. And if she starts turning this house into an Airbnb, she's going to lose a lot of people, including me, because I'm not going to be paying $75 a night. If you're tired of not having any money, that's why you need to find another source of income, because I'm not going to keep going back and forth to the bank to give you money every night, per night. I'm not doing that. That's too much. Anyway, that's it for this live stream. You know, she ain't. I'm gonna tell you right now, this house is not going to sell. And if she turns this into an Airbnb, she doing that to price people out of the house. That's what she's doing. Because I'm not paying $75 per night. That's too expensive. I'll pay a month, but I'm not paying per night. That's ridiculous. And if you're tired of not having any money, then you need to find another source of income. Not just sitting there depending on one source of income. In this economy, that we're living in today, you can't depend on one source of income. You gotta have some income, a secondary income to fall back on. And the fact that she's just increasing the rent, increasing the pay, and changing it, it's not gonna do her any good. It's not gonna do her any good. Alright, guys, thank you for watching, and I will be back with another live stream real soon. Bobby, I'm gonna be on uh I'm gonna be on TikTok, but I think I'm gonna be playing I'm gonna play Hogwarts Legacy, and I don't know if you're awake, but but this is crazy. And I will leave this video open on the replay. It's getting kind of late. Um, and I will show you. This is gonna consider this part one. I'll show you guys part two tomorrow. All right, you guys take care. And this is Chaos signing out.